Let's talk here for a little bit about Will Riley, a 5-star prospect in the 2025 class that could very well reclassify to 2024. As of right now, Riley is the number 16 overall player in the 24/7 Sports composite. Number 3 small forward, number 2 player in the state of Pennsylvania. He is rated as a 4-star in 24/7 Sports, their raw player rating. On ESPN, he is a 4-star. On Rivals, he is a 4-star. So why am I saying Will Riley's a 5-star? Well, On3 has him rated significantly higher than those other 3 outlets, rating him as a 5-star and a top 10 player nationally. And I had to go watch. I had to go do a little bit of digging the other day to kind of see what Will Riley was about. We talked about it on yesterday's show at length. And I'll reiterate it to you here again. Will Riley, at 6'8", is one of the most fascinating scorers I've ever seen. His bag is diverse. It is unique. It is quirky. And it's unconventional. The way he likes to score the rock. I'll establish this point first. I didn't do this on yesterday's show. The kid will knock down the outside shot. He takes a little under 5 threes a game, Takes 4.7. But he operates, for the most part, majority in the mid-range. And he is super efficient at it. On3 decided to write an article breaking down exactly why they have Riley as a 5-star. And I think that what Jamie Shaw had to say about Riley and the way that he scores the ball is perfect. I said this on yesterday's show. I'll reiterate the quote here for today. This is what Shaw had to say about Riley. However, to say that Riley has a quirky way of scoring would be an understatement. Riley's feel in the mid-range is unlike many of his high school peers. He attacks the defense, gets 2 feet in the paint, and then has an array of step-throughs, up and unders, reverse pivots, and fadeaways to create an angle to get an open shot. And I will add on to that here. It is not necessarily the most fluid movement in terms of, ball handling. It's a little herky-jerky at times. But in terms of consistency, with the way that he is kind of bouncing around all over the place in the mid-range, he gets to his spot, man. He gets to it quickly, he gets to it calmly, and he executes at an insanely high level, again, in that mid-range. And I said it on yesterday's show. I'll reiterate it to you here quickly. I know a lot of people that watch this show think that I hate the mid-range period. I don't hate the mid-range period. I think that it can be a part of your offense if you have the personnel to make the shot consistently and efficiently. If you don't, I feel like you should be looking for more efficient shots, because at the end of the day, you're trying to score points to win a game. More points means you win the game. At the end of the game, I'm not trying to be smart. Like, it's literally like, that's kind of how people like Alabama have broken it down. It's like, 3's more than 2. We make more 3s. It's more complicated than that, obviously, but it's like, well, if we have players that can take 3s and make 3s at a higher level than they can 2 in different spots, and we take a ton of 3s, it's going to outweigh significantly the amount of points we could get if we were taking the same shots on the inside. The fan base watches ball. The people that watch me they know ball. Riley, though, is players like him come along, and they're an exception, right? You've got guys like Keon Brooks for Kentucky in the past who would have games where they just went off in the mid-range, like that was their shot. Guys like Riley, you let him cook. You let him have that shot. If you have the one dude on your roster that can go out there and get you a mid-range floater, can get you a mid-range jumper, can get you a fadeaway, can get you a step through, just to get really, really weird movement, but it works. It works so well, and he knocks it down, man. Shaw had some fascinating statistics, according to Synergy, that I would love to share with you quickly before we get into kind of what's happening with his visit. Of Riley's 371 shot attempts at his high school season, in 18 games, 77% of them have been from 2-point range. 77% of his almost 400 shots from inside the arc, right? Synergy says that 58.5% of Riley's shots come off jump shots or runners. Almost 80% of those shots are off the bounce. So, of these 371 shot attempts, most of them are from inside the arc. Over half of them are jump shots or runners. And almost all of those shots are off the bounce. He is creating in a very unique way. And the efficiency is outstanding. Riley is shooting 46.4% from three right now. And he's shooting, I believe, a little under 50% from inside the arc. So the efficiency there is incredible if you're taking that many jump shots and that many runners. Here's the fun part about his three-point shooting, though, that I want to get to. Now that we've talked about the inside game, he's efficient there. Riley shooting 46.4% from three on 4.7 attempts per game. That's phenomenal, flat out. Here's the fun part. He's shooting 41.7% in catch-and-shoot threes and 48.9% in off-the-dribble threes this season. So I love talking about this. I've loved talking about Will Riley and his game because it is unlike anything that I've seen. Most of the time, when you watch basketball, when you play basketball, it's very clear to tell when your feet are set, when you have time, when you are thrown the ball instead of having to create off the dribble yourself. Statistically, you are a much better shooter than you are off the dribble, off balance, off time. And I think that is especially true when talking about the prospects that we've covered on this show. All the transfer portal players, I don't want to say all, nearly every single one, it's a very large amount of the players that have either committed to Kentucky or we've discussed as potential prospects have been excellent, like top of the line, elite catch and shoot guys, right? Almost none of them are even good at scoring off the dribble. Most of them are terrible off the dribble in terms of effective field goal percentage. It is a weakness of their offensive game. Riley shoots, 8% better off the dribble than he does in catch and shoot situations. I don't know if I'm ever going to see that again, flat out. For that to be such a large discrepancy while also shooting at such a high level for both. He's still shooting almost 42% from three at 6'8". And by the way, he's shooting nearly 50 if you make him play off the dribble. That is crazy. That is crazy. And Shaw, I think, puts it perfectly. The scoring is the exciting part of Riley's game. Not only is he methodical and precise with how he goes about it, but he also consistently goes out and puts up numbers. The counting statistics support the eye test in that Will Riley can get buckets. However, the advanced analytics enhance the counting stats to show that Riley's bag is deep. Could not agree more. There is so much here to talk about with this player and how he could develop. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got great news. According to Tipton Edits and On3, Will Riley will take a 2-day visit to Kentucky very soon. He's going to be here starting June 4th. He's going to be here 4th and the 5th. Currently, right now, top 5 in Nike EYBL in scoring, averaging 1.4 points per game. He also, just this past weekend, dropped a 42-point game while shooting 15 of 16 from the floor, 5 of 5 from 3. His final 5 schools, well, it's 4 schools and a fifth team. Kentucky, Arizona, Arkansas, Alabama, and the NBL. Of course Alabama wants this kid. Of course they do. Because they could use Kentucky and Alabama are not extremely similar offensively, but they have similar concepts. And players like Riley at 6'8", 180, at that small forward, borderline guard spot, could do wonders. This is a very unique prospect. This is a special prospect. Kentucky's going to get him on campus. I want to see this through. He'd be good. I've never seen a prospect where just straight out of the gate watching his film, I've been like, yeah, no. Like, that's a that's a really, 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 really good prospect. Not in terms of polish, but in terms of potential. You see it. You absolutely do see it.